Are your people working hard but not reaching their full potential? The problem is not effort, it is development. At the Modern Observer Group, we transform workforce development into real performance. Our human-centered achievement programs help your team think better, communicate stronger, and execute at a higher level. That means higher employee engagement, stronger leadership, and measurable results across your organization. If you want a workforce that performs, leads, and delivers, it is time to invest in your people. Visit modernobserver.com and discover how the Modern Observer Group helps you build a workforce that wins.
Iran talks move forward. Congress makes progress on the housing bill, investigating GLP-1s as performance-enhancing drugs, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. U.S. and Iranian negotiators wrapped the second day of talks in Switzerland on Monday, with Vice President J.D. Vance touting major progress towards ending the war. Vance said Iran agreed to let nuclear inspectors back in, a U.S. demand Tehran later disputed. Negotiators also set up a channel to keep the Strait of Hormuz open and hold a regional ceasefire. In return, the Treasury eased sanctions, issuing a 60-day license that lets Iran sell oil through August 21st. Vance said any unfrozen Iranian funds would be steered into American crops, buying corn, soybeans, and wheat from U.S. farmers to feed the Iranian people. More talks are expected this week. Latvian intelligence is warning that Russia is preparing possible provocations against the Baltic states or Poland, including drones or any other hybrid attacks, in an effort to pressure NATO countries to stop supporting Ukraine. We see indications that Russia is preparing military provocations against the Baltic countries or Poland, not a conventional war, because Russia is not capable of that right now, but hybrid attacks, such as missiles, drones, or other actions designed to send a signal: stop supporting Ukraine or you will have your own problems, Latvian intelligence told Fox News Digital. The most immediate concern, according to Latvian intelligence, is not that Moscow is ready for a full-scale war with NATO, but that Russian President Vladimir Putin could miscalculate because the surrounding institutions are feeding him the version of reality he wants to hear. The Baltic states and Poland are NATO allies, meaning a Russian provocation there could quickly test America's treaty commitments and risk a broader confrontation. It also comes as Washington and its allies weigh how far to go in supporting Ukraine and tightening sanctions on Moscow. The Senate advanced a massive Trump-backed housing package that proponents say will prevent the U.S. from becoming a nation of renters. The upper chamber sent the 21st Century Road to Housing Act to the House on Monday after months of delay. After the heads of the House Financial Services Committee and Senate Banking Committee reached a deal last week, the package is on track towards President Donald Trump's desk. It's the first major push by Congress to address housing regulations in decades, and one Trump has been calling on lawmakers to complete as the midterm elections near. The World Anti-Doping Organization announced it is studying GLP-1s to see if athletes are abusing them and is debating whether the medications should be banned in sports for potentially being a performance-enhancing drug. The debate comes after 23-time Grand Slam winning superstar Serena Williams officially came back to tennis after stepping away from the game for 4 years. During that time, she admitted using GLP-1 medication to get back in shape, saying it helped her lose 34 pounds. Williams told People magazine in August that the drug helped me enhance everything that I was already doing, eating healthy and working out, whether it was as a professional athlete at the top level of tennis or just going to the gym every day. Alan Greenspan, the longtime Federal Reserve chairman, once called the maestro died Monday at his Washington home from complications of Parkinson's disease. He was 100. First appointed by President Ronald Reagan in 1987, he led the central bank through 4 presidencies until retiring in 2006, the second longest tenure in Fed history. He won praise for steering a record long economic expansion, then faced blame for the low rates and deregulation that critics say helped fuel the 2008 financial crisis, a view he later acknowledged. The jazz playing economist briefly attended Juilliard and was part of the inner circle of free market author Ayn Rand. He warned of irrational exuberance and was married to NBC News correspondent Andrea Mitchell, who announced his death. That's the Raw Naked Truth for June 23rd, 2026. Remember to like and subscribe to the Raw Naked Truth wherever you listen to podcasts. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth Daily News Brief, as well as our sister podcast, Carnivore Radio, with news analysis and commentary, and the rest of the Xvadio Podcast Network at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcast app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.